I have a last minute gift to sew for somebody small, so I thought I would come on and quickly show you my go-to project. If you are looking for a sewing project for somebody under the age of 3, 4, I would say. So you need 2 fat quarters, a little bit of ribbon, a rotary cutter and or scissors, and a ruler, and you are going to be able to make an apron. Now, kids love at that age like imaginary play and playing with their wooden kitchens and things, so I just don't think you can go wrong. Now, these fabrics are from Glow Fairy by Lewis and Irene. They glow in the dark, which I think is an added bonus again for small humans. So we are going to start. Now, you don't need the whole fat quarter, but you do need to fold it over. And because this one has got a moon, I'm going to make that central. Now, we need this to be about 7.5 inches, and that more or less is. That actually works out perfectly. On this top edge of the fabric, we need to mark for about 4 inches from the middle, which is here, and then we need to mark 6.5 inches from there. What we're going to do is we are going to just join that up. Now, this I think was one of the first off the bolt, so it is a little bit wonky. So I'm going to line up the edge here. And I'm going to use my rotary cutter just to go here. And we have got the beginnings of our apron, and I love that we've got that fairy right in the middle. I think because this pattern is so gorgeous, I am not going to add a pocket onto this front bit because I think it would be a complete waste. However, we are going to make this double-sided, which is why we need the 2 fat quarters. So I may see what we've got here and make a pocket on the opposite side. So I'm going to repeat this where I'm going to make the same size with this one. And then I'm going to iron this first, I think, because this one's been folded. We need it to be about this size. So I think I'm just going to use this top part because I think that would be, is that going to be too small? I don't know. Let me work that out. Sewing is very much about trial and error. So I have copied the same size in the fairy fabric, which is going to go on the back, and when with the bits that have left over, I've had a play around. So the unicorn I don't think looked quite right as a pocket because it chopped his nose off. It wasn't quite the right size, so I wasn't convinced that looked quite right. So I thought I'd take a bit of the floral bit off the bottom, and again I think that doesn't quite work. There wasn't quite enough of that, so I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to go with the plain sky part of the reverse, and I'm going to use that like a bigger bit because I feel like it's a bit more of a useful size as well. So depending on fabric you've got in your stash or what fabric you've got, you might want to do anything a little bit different. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to work out where the center of this is. I'm going to just do the hem of the top, and then I've only folded the other sides over by 1. I'm going to pin that in place, and then I'm going to stitch that down. So I fold that over so I can get a crease so I know where the middle is, and I've done the same with my pocket. I'm going to just by eye sort of work out whereabouts I want that to sit and pin it in place. And now I'm going to top stitch around this. I've got my pocket. Next I need my ribbon. I have just got 2 types of ribbon because this is what I had in my stash and I think they went okay. So I am going to chop this one in half. And I'm going to pin this to the top edge. I'm going to pin it just so it's not going to get caught in the seam allowance on either side. And I've got this slightly thicker. I don't think it particularly matters. Like I say, it's just what was in my stash. You just need to be able to tie them. And then again, it's going to be just short so you don't get it caught in your seam allowance because we're going to sew these right sides together. Those are top stitched in place. We now need to just make sure those ribbons are hidden so that we don't accidentally sew those into our seams. And we're going to put both of these right sides together. Pin them all the way around. And we need to make sure we remember to leave an opening. So we'll do that probably at the bottom. It's a good idea to remind yourself by doing something annoying, like putting the pins in a different direction. So I would normally pin like this. So when I'm going along, I can just pull them out. But if I do them straight along the bottom, then that's going to remind me that I need to leave that space there to turn out. So we have sewn that all round. We're going to go and just cut those corners off now. Make sure you don't go through the threads. Do that on all points. That already looks so cute. You know what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to unturn it back round, and I'm not even going to edit this out because this just, I think, is more realistic to show you, because sometimes we do forget. You're going to have to clip these curves because, as you saw when I turned it out then, it just didn't sit quite right. So it's a good example of showing you why you shouldn't miss a step. So I clip the corners, but you just want to clip a couple of notches in these curved bits, and then you're not going to get the gather. It's going to turn out much nicer. Let's see what difference that makes. Oh, loads better. It sits loads flatter. So I am going to give that a press, and then I'm going to top stitch. Now, these ribbons are one-sided, but I think when it is tied, it's not going to make much difference. Maybe in hindsight, I'd do a solid colour. And when they are tied together, that's going to be plenty big enough because that's a really big bow. I have done that top stitch, which has then closed the turning, and it is done. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? This is such an easy present, and I can guarantee that there is, well, this particular little person is 1 year old, nearly 2, and I know that she's going to absolutely love it. So you could gift this with like a little wooden spoon or a baking kit or some like wooden fruit. Or, you know what, just on its own. And this fabric, again, is called Fairy Glow. It's by Lewis and Irene, and you can just do this whole project with just 2 fat quarters. So if you've got some in your stash already, then that is going to work as well, and a bit of leftover ribbon that I know that you all have in your stash as well. So I hope you have Loved this tutorial. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and let me know if you give it a go.